I have seen many people in my life who always cry for the moon, who always cry for he wasted my a lot of time. I am good for nothing. You have today. Yesterday was the gift, so use it and enjoy your life. I can say.
That's why I'm trying to talk with new people. When I had a session with Ashwarya ma'am, so I was little bit nervous, but now I'm not nervous with you because this is my second session.
No, but it's very hard to speak within 1 month. You are able to convey your message. You are describing like how many things you are describing. That for example, if you become fluent in this language one day, then at the last, what would you do?
I will be learning. So if I become fluent speaker, I want to become a podcaster.
How are you?
I'm doing great. And what about?
Yes, I'm also doing great and I'm full of this. So what's going on in your mind? Because is it your first session?
No, this is not my first session. Yeah, this is my second session with you. I had a session with Ashwarya ma'am on English area. That was my first session, and this is my second session with you.
So what did you learn from your last session?
I learned few things. She asked me about my struggles. So I told her I struggle with vocabularies. So she told me how to develop the habit to learn vocabularies. You have to, she told me you have to learn not a single word. You have to learn sentence. You have to learn vocabulary in a sentences, many sentences. So that's how you can learn many vocabularies and you can remember those vocabularies. So yeah.
Great mindset. That's good. If you are learning something from your previous session, that's gonna very productive for you. So Aisha, now I want to know something about you because where are you from and what do you do and what you tell me something about yourself. Then I will introduce something about.
So from Uttar Pradesh. I have completed my bachelor in computer applications. Now I am going to pursue my master's in again computer applications, and I'm very passionate about improving my English communication skills because I believe English opens up many opportunities to us, right? And that's why I'm learning this language and I'm trying to learn new words and expressions regularly. Apart from that, if I talk about my hobbies, so my hobbies are reading books and participating in dance competitions. And yeah, so that's all about me. And yeah, I would like to say something here. I'm very happy to be here and thanks for giving me this opportunity. I'm looking forward to having a great conversation with you. And yeah, learning something new from this session also.
Wonderful. By the way, how did you find out my YouTube channel?
That's a good question. So I found Pooja Ma'am channel. I think you know her. So I watched your session with her. So from
Yes,
there,
great
I
session. Uh, and the session was really ineffable that I do not know because I learned so many things with the help of Pujamani.
yeah.
So now it's my turn. I think I should introduce. You already know something about me, but now it's my turn. By the way, so as you know, my name is Pravesh, and I come from Madhya Pradesh. And currently, I'm working on my communication skills with the help of having sessions with random people. And I try to be a good listener and observer in every single session. You can see whatever people say. So I try to first observe and try to learn something new every single session because a person who considers himself as a good learner, he always gets something new. So the same thing I'm trying to do every single day. I cannot say I say like I am a perfect man. There's no nobody is 100% perfect, but we have to try. We have to give our 100%. Okay, so the same thing I'm trying to give. And if I talk about my hobby, so I'm not meticulous about any. specific things that I can, describe with you. But nowadays, having session with people, it's my cup of tea, and I enjoy whenever I'm session because every session, taught me something special, how to work on the right way. So it's, pretty about me. And now there are a lot of questions which are going continuously in my mind. So I would like to ask, okay, and why don't I, it's my, pleasure I'm having session with you. I hope with the help of you, I can learn something, it's better. And that I don't know and I can learn. And, in my next session, I will try to include that kind of particular thing. As I have already mentioned, nobody is 100% perfect. So we are going to learn a lot of things with the help of this session. Don't consider like if you are making mistakes, so it does not happen to you. Learning process is ultimate and you have to learn till your last breath. Enjoy the session because we both are good learner. Okay, I'm not a perfect by the way. I also make thousands of mistakes while having tests. But enjoy the session and all like whenever I describe anything else, if you don't get, then directly ask me what does the mean of it. Okay, and of course I will also ask the same thing because we are not perfect. Okay, we are having this session for what? For improvement. We want to be assertive in this language. That is why we are having.
Rather excellent, not poor, in this
So
language.
as
I have a question for you. How many sessions do you take in a day?
now we can say hardly one session because yesterday I joined the school, so it's very hard to have session like couple of sessions every single day. But if I talk about before I used to have sessions, approximately two and three sessions every single week. So yes, I used to type an email and when they reply me the very time I became so amused, like now I'm going to learn something from you. Yes, nowadays it's hardly like a one before one a couple of I can say.
Okay, so, what subjects do you teach?
Actually, I'm teaching English. I can say English grammar, like 8 to 12 class students, and trying to learn something from them.
Yeah, I teach also.
That's good. What do you choose either English and something else?
Mathematics and English, both.
And what's your cup of tea about the session? I mean about the subject. Which subject do you love most?
I love nowadays. I love English most because I'm trying to learn this language.
This language makes me happy. So before that, as you have described something about yourself from the starting, you have mentioned one thing. You love dance and you love English. So, but if you had to choose one, so what would you choose? Dance and English.
Dance. I would like to choose dance because when I get free and when I feel sad, so I just prefer dancing.
Have you ever been, okay, one minute. Have you ever been, why judged because of your bad dance and because you are not good at all in this? I mean, in the dance, and then how do you manage yourself over there?
So how do I manage all of these things? I dance sometimes when I get times, not every day. So my what I do every day. So because I'm going to pursue masters and I want a good job in MNCs. So my first goal is to become a fluent speaker so that I can perform good in a good manner in the interviews. So this is my first goal.
Okay, but you have mentioned you love, dance except English. Then why did you describe you love dance more?
Yes, I have described it. I love dance, but I love dance when I feel more happy or more sad. Then I come to the dance because again reading is just a boring thing when we feel sad. Learning something new when we feel sad. So yeah, that's why I'm preferring dance.
Okay, wow, great mindset, by the way. And how long have you been preparing for this language? And what do you love most? Reading, writing and listening and speaking?
I love most speaking. I read, but 2 3 pages daily. So I really like most speaking and yeah, shadowing practice. I really like shadowing practice. And yeah, I have been practicing this language for the last month. I started many times when I was in my first year of my college. I started, but I stopped. Then again I started in my second year of college. Then I quitted, but this time I will not skip it and I will not quit it. And I have been practicing, yeah, for the last month consistently.
So you are following consistency since for the last 1 month. That's good. By the way, I can say, wow, that's amazing. You are able to convey your message within 1 month. Like hard not to crack. How do you manage these kinds of things? I have seen many people who start their journey, but it's very hard to speak within 1 month. You are able to convey your message. You are describing like how many things you are describing. That is enough to understand a person who speak in a good manner, who is fluent. Definitely, like that kind of person will say, yes, now you have something special. Just follow consistency and see the magic.
Thank you. Thank you. So,
So, so yeah, you have any question? You can ask, no problem.
yeah, so I have a lot of questions. So my first question is regarding to your YouTube. So what inspired you to start this channel? So yeah, I want to ask you these questions about your YouTube channel and your YouTube journey.
Wow, what a good question. Now I have to go in the flashback. How did I learn this language and what was the main reason that had ameliorated my motivation? So the reason behind one of my friends, okay, he is good, like he is good at English. So whenever I saw him, in my past, like when I used to talk with him, so the very time, I was like awesome. There was nothing in my mind about the YouTube channel, about English speaking. So, actually we were sitting. So while sitting, he was describing something. And gradually, I don't know what was happened, but he was making laugh at me. Then I decided now I have to learn this language at any cost. And I have to be assertive in this language. So that, moment ameliorated my motivation. In our life, many times what they are saying. In our life, many times. Mhm. In our life, many times, what happens? A small moment can give you a spark, and that can make your specific identity in the future. So the same thing used to happen with me in my past whenever I talk with my friends because they were from English medium side. And when it comes to talk about me, so I was from Hindi medium side. Like I was awesome. I was like good for nothing in this language. But to the help of them, to the help of my parents, I can say they used to force me. You have to transform yourself into like English medium because you are from computer science field. So that kind of particular things used to push me. Now you have to do it. You have to do it. It was not mine. Like I had completely apathy toward this language, but I had to reluctantly I had to do it. So now you can see the result. How many things do I know? It's been 1 year. I have been not following consistency, but whenever I get time, the very time I, make video, I record myself. And it's like, it's not hard. Like, it's not easy. It's not like piece of cake to record ourselves. Recently, I have uploaded my one video. How did I learn this language? So while recording the session, I mean, while recording the video, I had to make like approximately 30 videos. Then ultimately, I got the proper result. Okay. So many times this used to happen with me whenever I record any video, whenever I have session from the starting, anybody. So there was a lot of question which was going on in my mind. Like if they ask any question, so if I do not describe over there, so they will think about me like I'm good for nothing. They are not thinking like that, but that kind of the conflict is going on in my mind. That kind of particular thing was going on in my mind. So then gradually, as I spent some time while having session with some random people like you, I'm having session with you right now. And I had uploaded some conversation videos with some, random people from different states. So they pushed me how to work on the right way. So to the help of them, I can say right now, whatever I have, it's not enough by the way, but I can say I'm able to describe my message. I'm able to convey my message. I'm able to emphasize my message where and which kind of situation I had to take a rigorous step. I know I'm aware of that. How? Just because having session with people, random people, because many times what happen in our life, if we learn something through the bookish knowledge, but if we learn something through the real life, I mean the experience of the people, definitely we can get something special. There is a world of difference between learning something from bookish knowledge and the real life. So I can say I prefer real life. So now you can see the result, and that's not enough. Like learning process is ultimate. So I hope you got it your question, the thing that you wanted to ask.
Yeah.
So yeah, now that's why I started my YouTube channel.
Yeah, your journey is very inspiring, as you have mentioned, when we talk with real people. So it will help us a lot. Yeah, that's true. That's why I'm trying to talk with new people. When I
Well,
had a session with Ashwarya ma'am, so I was little bit nervous, but now I'm not nervous with you because this is my second session. So I
uh,
improved.
because you have already taken a baby step. Not your baby step. Yes, you up your level. Yeah,
Yeah.
and like you are feeling very like the environment. I mean, the ambience is good because I am not perfect by the way, and you are also not perfect. And I mean, some person you are going to have session with them in your future. They might be perfect or not, but does not matter. Mhm. But the
So
things
again, you are perfect.
No, if I consider myself, yeah, you may be right, but if I consider myself like now I'm perfect, so my impenitent attitude prevents me from growing. So that is why I want to get rid of that kind of thought. I'm perfect. There's nothing in this world. Nobody is 100% perfect. Even like items and things are not perfect. There's nothing perfect. Does not really like exist in this world. The perfect word does not exist in this world. The thing that exists learning process and I can say like learning attitude. Everybody should have learning attitude, but once we forget, once we become obsolete man, then like everything will disappear from your life.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But
Now I
your
have
speaking is good enough. Your speaking is good enough.
thank you. Now I have one question that I wanted to ask but I couldn't. Now, okay, so a person who wants to be fluent in this language, according to you, because you have experience, you nailed it within 1 month. So which kind of particular things he and she has to follow from the starting, which push him towards towards perfect,
Okay.
according to you?
So this is my favorite question because I want to share this with everyone. So the very first thing is you have to speak daily and start today. Start speaking today. If you want to be a fluent in this language, in any language, you have to start from one day. If you are thinking like I will speak when I will become a fluent, you will not be able to do it, and you will not be able to achieve anything if you are just thinking. So start speaking from one day. That is very important. The second thing that will help you, and it helps me a lot, it helped me a lot, shadowing practice. Shadowing practice, one of the most important, and I love this technique because when we shadow someone, when we copy someone, we learn many things like some sentences, some vocabularies, some expressions. We learn from them. uh, if I talk about my shadowing practice, what I do, uh, what I'm doing to do this practice. So I just follow simple and basic videos on YouTube. I'm not following like those videos that contain slang words, difficult vocabularies, because in the beginning, at first, we can't learn and we can't understand those things. And then we will think it's English is not for me. So this is very important. If you are beginner, you have to uh, pick those videos that contain simple and basic vocabularies, as I pick vlogs, because in vlogs they are communicating and they are speaking in a daily life sentences and vocabularies. They use daily life sentences and vocabularies. So this will help the beginners. And the third things that I want to share: narrate your thoughts. If you are making if you are doing something like if you are making tea or coffee, if you are doing the dishes, if you are washing your clothes, just narrate your thoughts. If you are thinking something in your mind, if you have some thoughts in your mind, just describe, speak out loud, open your mouth and speak out loud, and exaggerate your thoughts as much as you can. Exaggerating because when we exaggerate our thoughts, we know about our thoughts, what we want to say, and it helps in articulation. So if I talk about uh, if I summarize all the things, the first thing is speaking, that is very important, and the second thing that helped me a lot, shadowing practice, and the third thing is narrate and exaggerate your thoughts. So yeah, that's all I do daily. And yeah, there are a lot of techniques like tips and tricks reading, writing, and there are a lot of things, but I do all of these things daily. So yeah, that's all.
Beautiful. Wow, great answer. First of all, I appreciate, I mean, the way that you were describing yourself. Because whenever we describe like what is going on in our mind, a person, if you become, confident, if you become comfortable with them, definitely it helps us, it gives us spark to do something, like now I don't care about if I'm making mistake. So you have mentioned a couple of things, I mean, 4 to 5 things. You used to do shadow practice, and of course, from the starting, you try to copy the same way, not like other, like I can say their native language, I mean their slangs, but how many things you was easy for you, you try to describe. For example, short vocabulary, simple things. That is like you are following on the right, you are following the great strategy, I can say. That's why you nailed it. Because if I talk about my journey, so the same thing I used to do in my past. For example, I used to watch cartoon, for example, Doraemon and the Ninja Tori, the English subtitle as well, English, so that kind of particular things, give me like a push me how to work on the right way, give me something special. Now you can see, yes, I have that kind of particular thing, just because over there I was good observer, I was good listener first. So a person who wants to be good speaker always should be a good listener. So the same thing you have already mentioned, I can say, because I have mentioned your point. You are on the right way. Just follow consistency, and at the last you will have your specific identity. I must say, I can say, yes, you are on the right way. Just follow consistency. And sometimes what happened with us. For example, right now you are giving your 100%. Okay, but what if in the next session you will become like a sluggish over there. So don't criticize yourself over there. Don't belittle yourself. There's nobody who's 100% perfect, I can say, because I had session with random people. So the same thing used to happen with me over there. Many times it happened with me. Like in my first session, I was fully confident. I was full of beam. But in my second session, there was something missing. So the very time I used to regret myself. Oh, I am good for nothing. How did I make such a silly, like a trifle mistake? So don't worry about it. We are incomplete without mistake. You have experience because you had session with already, one person. So now your experience gonna give you something special. You are describing yourself, in a right manner. How? Because you took already one step. Now it is your second step. In your future, you are going to take more steps, which will help you to be assertive in this language. Definitely, I can say just follow consistency, and one day, to the help of your dedication, to the help of your very meticulous about this language, definitely you can say to yourself, now I need it.
Thank you. This means a lot to me. So I
And
have follow-up question for
yeah,
you.
go ahead.
So, have you ever talked with foreigners like on Cambly app, on any other app? Because I just want to try it. So that's why I'm asking to you.
Yes, if I talk about actually, I didn't have session with any foreigner like as a paid session. But if I talk about free session, so I used to have session on the episode. I hope you are aware of episode. So there is a one free application. So if you want to have session with them, so definitely there's no any kinds of charge. You can have session with them over there. Many people came, for example, like China, Japan, and Australia and Vietnam, different country and different kinds of people used to come over there. Still they came. So just have session and every session has 8 minutes. So every individual session can teach you something special. So over there I used to do practice, but nowadays I am not giving the proper time because I have to manage my study as well. I have to manage my students. There are so many things that I have to do. So yes, but I have session with many I can say foreigners.
So what's the name of the app? Sorry.
Episode. There's no any charge. It is free.
Okay.
Hmm. I hope you are aware of Niyati ma'am. So she has session Niyati English Express. Nowadays she's having session with foreigners. You can search out her YouTube channel because I had session with her for been 1 year as I had. So she taught me a lot of things. So now it was my first session. While having session with her, I learned so many things, and I can say I'm having session with you right now just because my one session. It was ineffable for me that I do not forget. Hmm. And
So
I have one more question. One more question. So,
yeah.
for example, if you become fluent in this language one day, then at the last, what would you do?
At the last, what would you do? So I think if I become a fluent speaker, so I will be learning throughout my life. I will be learning. So if I become fluent speaker, I want to become a podcaster. I don't know why I am saying on the my YouTube channel.
Some, you know what happens sometimes? The things that we are doing, we don't know why we are doing. We know why we are doing, but when we become something else in our future, so the very time your mindset will decide your identity. Now, what you need to do, okay, and where I need to take my another step. Don't worry about it. Just follow consistency and stay here with your full dedication and don't live in the past. Try to live in the present because I have seen many people in my life who always cry for the moon, who always cry for like over spilt milk because I wasted my a lot of time. I am good for nothing. You have today. Yesterday was history. Tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift. So use it and enjoy your life. I can say.
So my recent goal is to get a good job in a multinational company. But yeah, I want to start my YouTube channel. That's why I want to become a fluent speaker. That's
That's good. Great mindset. Because whenever we face any interview, the very time lack of practice, lack of consistency, sometimes they can reject you because according to them we are not complete. Okay, so to the help of that kinds of particular things that can force you how to work on the right way. And before going any interview, like our mind become ambivalent about your questions, about the things that they are asking to you. So if you don't want to face that kind of problem, like ambivalent situation in your life, so try to prepare already for that kind of particular thing that you are going to face in your life. So
yeah.
it will help you a lot and great and make a specific mindset. Now the time for conclusion because we don't have much time. So
Yeah.
what did you get from this session? And what was the question that I couldn't ask to you, but I should ask to you?
I'm sorry.
We have spent it 30 minutes, okay? So
Yeah.
throughout the session, is there any kind of question that still are remaining? I didn't ask to you. I didn't ask to you, but I should ask to you. So according to you, is there any kind of things that you are still thinking? You didn't ask me that kind of particular question, but I should have asked to you.
No, no, there is no questions that you didn't ask me. You have asked me many questions like my journey, how did I start, and what's the tips for the beginners. So yeah, that's all. And yeah, I want to ask you one more thing before we end up. So, according to you, what is the biggest mistake? Just answer in one or two line. What is the biggest mistake that learners make usually?
The biggest mistake is that we don't analyze ourselves whenever we have session, whenever we go anywhere. So try to analyze yourself. And if I say in the nutshell the proper answer, if you make mistakes, so try to learn something from your mistake, then see the result. You will be something else. And compare yourself. Before I was what I was,